About to get ready for the run, the core routine before mobility, but here. So first, it's actually pretty warm outside, which is nice and sunny, can't wait. Short pants, I'm rocking this Finnish tan, which is pretty much white, but we're heading to this sun soon in Nice training camp. Music, some sunglasses, really like those, they're like, especially for cycling, I really like them, you can see a lot. And then, since you guys are coming with, and I don't have a jacket like in winter anymore, I think this is gonna be my solution. It does actually fit in, so I don't have to hold it in hand, but you guys are coming with, of course. So what's on the menu for today's run? We got, the kilometers I'm actually gonna check. That's the weekly one, it's only 13. I'm actually struggling to get my load in to stay at 80k, but we're gonna be keeping the 80k run weeks, patience, you know. There's the quality and all, it's plenty stimulus for now, always thinking long term, you know, what is your yearly average from last year? So until I'm in Austria, June, I'm for sure going to stay at 80, but I'm also sure that afterwards my body is more than ready to go to 90k a week. So, and then we probably do another 6 months of 90, increase the quality in zone 2 range, higher paces and everything, until my body doesn't even notice that I slip from 90 to 100k. And then, of course, more and more and more, until at some point there's the limit in volume reached. But run volume, the number one determinator in, with quality, of course, in it. But run volume number one in increasing run performance, I believe, and I believe some marathon coaches said. So, 13k run, aerobic, with now pushing a bit closer to this 160 heart rate, which is my LT1. I mean, 167 is the LT1, the aerobic threshold. So 160 is the goal, so you for sure stay under. We got 6 times hill strides in there as well, after halfway, and then on the way back again. So 10-minute warm-up jogging. Again, no pace, no nothing, just allowing body to warm up. And then we got pushing to this 160 heart rate range. Always takes a bit to get there, so always have to stay patient. But like going into this effort range that you're working, really fun actually to do that. And then we got the hill strides, and on the way back again, pew, pew, pew. Shoe-wise, we're going for the Pegasus. It's a bit more direct, still a great training shoe, versus the Invincibles, which are my easy and long runs. But this one has a bit more step to it, which is great because we are going to be running a bit quicker. We are that guy now with the sunglasses, but it's just not comfortable for the eyes. Anyways, legs feeling really good and springy. So, I mean, it does make sense after the easy week. I made a new easy week template, by the way, because the last one, even if there was something with gut going on, is not correct yet, as I talked about, so we can have a look at that later together. Feels and looks a lot better, so that's gonna be a new trial, how that feels. Still recovery, but a bit more aerobic work, some activations in there, so I felt my body started shutting down, losing fitness, and that's not the idea either, so yeah, anyways. Time to crank it up now, almost at 10 minutes, so can't wait. Let the legs a bit loose. Good, I took the long sleeve, still a little bit chilly, 9 Celsius, but I don't know what they said, 60 Fahrenheit maybe. All right, I'll see you with the hill strides. Can't wait to run a bit quicker, so fun. We're living the dream! Let's go! Look at this! Here we are at our beautiful hill. You guys might remember it. The birds are out. It's we were in winter a lot. That's where the doggy came out for the hardcore watchers. Wow, look at this weather. So feeling very good. Really fun to run these speeds and crazy to feel that you're like running 350 pace, even a bit up and down. Just like, yeah, nothing. On another note, like with aerobic conditioning, so one reason, so I need to be running under 230 or 230 flat in Kona, plus the other things. And firstly, to run a marathon 230 in Ironman means it's your zone 2 pace, like everyday pace, meaning your long run at the end of the week. If you do a long run 90 minutes zone 2, that pace is pretty much your Ironman pace if you think about it. Because we always like to say, let's go Ironman pace and go quicker. I noticed there's a correlation, look at your own data. Pretty interesting correlation if you look at your normal average zone 2 run pace that you did, let's say the 3 months before the race. And then look at your Ironman average pace for Ironman. I feel like it always jumps in this zone 2. So if you want to run 230 Ironman, 230 marathon and Ironman, you need to be having a zone 2 pace of 330, which is pretty common. The Kenyans, of course, they have like 320 or something. 320 is 520 mile, 330 is 530 mile. So 330 mile needs to be everyday kind of zone 2 pace, like a solid zone 2 pace. In order to have a 330 zone 2 pace, 530 mile, you need to add some speed, because the threshold, if you can run quicker than, let's say, 31 minutes or something, you're always going to be limited by that top ceiling. Same as in swimming with your 100 meter time. You can improve so much aerobically, but if your ceiling is capped, like, you can only improve physiology to a certain percentage of your VO2 max. You can push your LT1, LT2 to a certain percentage, and then at the end. So if the top is limited to slow, that's why you need to have a very good 5K and 10K time. So I know I need to run a high 13 minutes and a low 29, high 13 minute for 5K. This 2:48 pace, that needs to be my VO2 max pace in a race with carbon. So, and also on a treadmill. And then for the thresholds, it needs to be, low 29 minutes, like a 250, 252 needs to be a threshold effort-ish for 10K, or like, 255 threshold in a lap, let's say. Because if you have those, then you can break it down, then the 330 is for sure, your zone 2 pace. And good, so we break it down from there and we go backwards. And now my zone 2 pace, when you look at it, 160 heart rate is like 350 minutes per K. What is that in miles? Sorry. Oof. 620, 615. I'm not exactly sure with that one. Sorry. But so we break it down like that. And get it down. So let's do some hill strides. Yeah, the legs are definitely back. When you remember last week's easy hill stride, I had nothing. And nothing is not too easy training. You still have glycogen, so just realize I'm dumb. I shouldn't overanalyze either. I had some kind of gut thing for sure, because I had nothing and I felt really off for like 5-6 days, which some part was training but not everything. So either way, I'm back, baby. Awesome, felt great, super fun those. The way I mentioned all this with the marathon times, forgot one important part. So we talked about the speed and your top end as the main determinator. That's what all the ITU guys normally do well, because they got their speed. So if you don't have this speed that I talked about, the other part is aerobic conditioning. So one part is speed, again we do this. This is part of it, why I do this. You could do the strides on the flat as well, which there's a bit more injury risk, I would say, because you're going kind of this 230 pace, 25 an hour, and you're kind of flailing your abs when you stop. It does work, it's no issue, but it's a safe option to do it on an uphill. So I'm running like 3-minute pace or quicker up a hill. So like 20k an hour for 50 mile or whatever, for 40 mile uphill. So the power production per stride is still the same as in a flat. But of course up, so you get the strength toughening, You get good power in your stride, good ergonomics, you get all the benefits as well, and it's just safer. That's why I do it on the hill. Then we get a second part, speed, sure. Second part is aerobic conditioning. You will not find anybody that runs 29 kilometers, 29 minutes for 10K, a low one at least, and runs 60K a week. That's just, mathing doesn't work. So there's always a limit to that with your aerobic conditioning. Triathlon, some say you can get away with the biking and get some that, for sure. Heart and lungs is the same thing, but leg conditioning and all these things that happen with running and pounding, that doesn't work. So that's why Jakob Ingebrigtsen and all the champs, even 1500 meter runners, they run 120K a week and have the intensity. So volume, anyways, I don't care what anybody thinks. I'm going for volume, so this next to the quality obviously that I'm doing. So I gotta raise it quickly. If I rush it, let's say I could go right away to boom 120, I wouldn't maintain. It's too quick of a jump. The endurance and gains will be long term. And again, I want to improve all three at the same time. I don't want to like do run focus or whatever. Like that's not, all three gotta lift. I want to be a balanced athlete. I want to be excellent in all three. So I have all the cards to play, like a Jan Frodeno or whatever. Like you have all the cards to play, not like a one-trick pony. So that's again just mine. I just want that and decided this is what I'm going to do. So aerobic conditioning, again until Ironman Austria, until June, we stay at 80K. Then we'll go up to 90K, probably again 6 months. All the adaptation I need. Then we go to 100. Where do I stop with volume? I'm not sure. I mean 120K is kind of a minimum where I gotta go. So I think 120K consistently will probably do the trick with cycling, running. Maybe not, I will see once I'm there, so it's impossible to say. But again, in order to run 120K, you need to be resilient and strong. That's why a lot of people don't do it, because they can't, because they get injured. So that's where my confidence comes from, those things, because I've been very resilient and not injured. I've been, in the last 13 years, never orthopedic injured, except for 2-3 days, like taking it a bit easier, and that was it. Except for bike crash once or twice, that was the only thing. So otherwise, knock knock, I've been very blessed and lucky, good karma with that side. So I know I can pound those up if I stay patient. If I rush it, no. So look forward to it. Look forward to 120K weeks. Maybe after this whole triathlon career, I would love to run 250K a week just to see what happens. So a lot of things to come, but let's ramp it back with LT1 on the way back. Still pretty crazy to me to run around 340, 345 pace non-carbon with an aerobic run. That's insane. Last 300 meters. Alright, we're going even deeper in the performance, how to get performance rabbit hole also applies to you. So you need speed, you need the aerobic conditioning. A lot of people can create those speeds to get to that level, and that comes down to power production. Power production in the muscle, part of it is how your muscle type fibers, type 1, type 2 fibers. Sure, some are like distributed from birth and normal. I, for example, have a mix between endurance and power. Then also, what did you do in your youth? I played 8 years handball, 4 times a week, jumped, short sprints, all these things, banging up, left, right, a lot of jumping. The days I didn't go to handball, twice in the gym since I was 16 years old, and otherwise I was running on my own and playing basketball 2 or 3 times as well. Sometimes swimming, but not so much. So, what I'm saying is, power production to create speed. So being a bit muscular, there's a limit to that, of course. Muscular, when you look at the sprinters who have the most power production, the most speed, look at how muscular they are. So if you're only this endurance guy, which that person can hold 1 gear, but it can ramp it up. So it can create a quick power release, like a finish sprint. It just doesn't have that. It's like 1 gear, this is it, no more. So those people might, if they neglected it for a while, struggle to create power. They just have 1 gear. So there, for me personally, for example, I know I was always good at sprinting, power production, speeds were always high, but why don't I run at low 29 minutes? Well, not the aerobic conditioning is done. So maybe to think something for yourself as well, your own training, think a bit in those terms. So that was the session. We did get a little cheeky record here, which is always nice. There, look at this. So 5K, didn't even do anything. That's what I mean, the aerobic conditioning. Obviously, this needs to be like a zone 2 thing for the weekend, like a long run that, you know, this 350 pace doesn't do anything, and you can do easily for 30, 35K without any issues, like easy zone 2. So I know I can do that, just gotta do the work. Question is there enough time until, let's say, this June to have the conditioning for that, or is it gonna be a bit slower? I'm gonna do my best, obviously, but you can rush performance, but we'll see. But on paper, obviously, I can, so. Getting ready for my easy ride, and I was trying to make it as easy, as simple as possible, so it's not annoying, you know, it's like, in a sense of like inefficient or like wasting time, because I don't have so much time in a day, but unfortunately, it is not meant to be. So I have to change the tire of this one, which I need for knees. Here's a newer one. So this is a better training tire than this. So this is worse than this in quality for training. So I'm gonna put this on my road bike tire, because that tire is gone. So I can show you what gone means, because with those Continental tires, which are, I will never ride anything else. I tried back then when I made this Schwalbe thing, I immediately had three flats. Never in my life anything else than Continental. They do have those small holes, you gotta check. There's so small nipples, holes in there somewhere. And from that you can see how worn it is. So here you can't see them anymore, meaning it's pretty worn. Anyways, not too worn to use it on my road bike, so get some good practice in to change the tire. This is pretty tight on here, I can feel it already. So uno, I'll just use 2 normally. Jump it over. Do I have it? Oh, not quite. This has been on here for a minute. There we go. 1 more. There, bam. Also important practice this. I mean, for racing, I do use, of course, the only choice that is smart, better for rolling resistance, I believe, and also with the fluid, with the tubeless. I also know how to do that myself, so it's efficient, but still you gotta have a tube width. So if that one doesn't seal, you can always pop a tube in the race instead of, so you lose 5 minutes instead of waiting for a race mechanic for 45 minutes or 30 minutes or 20 and saying, oh, my race is over. I always had to laugh when I heard that in pro racing. My race is over. Couldn't fix the tire. And I thought that as an excuse. Okay, you lose 5 minutes, maybe your podium is gone. Well, why is your race over if you, why wouldn't you bring a simple flat kit? Some bikes don't have it, but I mean, it's your fault. Saying it's loss of accountability, the worst. Triggers me. So, this one is almost off. Ooh. Come on. Put the new one on, just gotta make sure that the direction is right with the rolling. They do have those arrows on there, kind of, so you can see it. Most of you guys will know, but some don't. I remember when I started cycling, I was out in the Netherlands, and I didn't know how to flick it when I was, I don't know, 2010 or something, I don't know. Yeah, didn't know how to change the tire. I couldn't get it off, never did it. So those small things really make sure that it's easy for you, natural. So when you get a flat tire in training, say, great, thank you. I get to practice this again, make it quick, efficient, instead of saying, So in training, it's always no problem. That's well, as long as you take tubes with. I take I was 1 with. If you get 2 flat tires, then it is a bit more annoying. But yeah, for training, to be honest, I prefer the tubes a lot over the tubeless, because the tubeless stuff that dries out pretty quickly. So you can refill it, sure. And another one is with this tubeless sealant in there. It sometimes clogs up the ventile where the air goes in. You can pump the tires. So for racing, no doubt the best if you put it in just before, fresh sealant and all this stuff. But otherwise for training, I like it simple, clean. It's just a tube and voila. There's the road bike. This I call worn. Oh, look at this. And it's still riding. Quality tire. But that one is ready to go. Then oldest trick in the book. Smash some sunscreen on. Don't be that guy or woman. It's actually more common than you think, skin cancer. I know 2-3 athletes that got skin cancer on the nose, had to remove it and all. And the other one is just aging. Your skin is just gonna be horrible and you look 10 years older. Pretty common in endurance sports. You probably know a few. So just smash that sunscreen on. Do something good for your health. And very simple, takes 1 second. At least the face, at least the face. So we're gonna go riding now, finally. The Christmas tree is online again. Back as well. I don't know how good that mic works. It has the wind protection, but this is getting tested. Otherwise, you just have to practice your lip breathing. So what's the goal of today's ride? Idea is 90 minutes. But as I said last week, I tried with the triathlon bike. Not fun at all. So this one, so easy to handle. Road bike, your weight is back with the hips. And you can just bunny hop, you can do balance, you can do the corners. Like, takes 1 second to get that skill. But a triathlon bike, your hips are so much more forward over the crank. So you're like quite a bit more forward on your front wheel, which it's not always, makes it harder to handle, let's say, especially on downhills and corners. It takes some practice, it's not that easy. So we're gonna be riding, have fun mostly. So we are gonna go towards the north there. I don't know how long it exactly takes, but might be a bit longer than 90 minutes, I don't know. So we'll find out soon. We're heading out towards the north, where the forest is, towards the green. Riding your bike outside, such a boomer move. Haven't been riding my bike outside for 6 months. But man, this is fun. Road bike, oh, this is fun. Because here in Finland, you can see it's all these small bumps, up, down. Yeah, and I don't want to break my triathlon bike. It's a time trial machine. Cost me 12 grand when I worked back then. So I don't exactly like the feeling when you get this bum up and down of the noise when you hit like a thing. Pretty sure it's not made for that. So road bike here, especially if it's not like a fancy one, I love it. Any weather I can ride it. You can just bump up and down. I can go through the gravel with it if I want to. Worst case, get a flat tire, who cares? So super fun. This is fun. Here we got the Finnish old houses. Have a look, that's very common here. Yellow houses, really beautiful. Red houses coming, wood. All these white ones, like how you think how the Nordics are. Incredibly beautiful. Really nice. Just had a thought that it's Thursday afternoon and I'm just riding around here on my bike, and this is now my profession. It's still weird, because you always dream of those things. But dream is one thing, it takes the action part and a lot of, sacrifices, all those things. The words are watered down, but it's just true. So same for my wife. She also makes sacrifices for my dream. So it's an all-in team thing. You need to support from some, not everywhere. You just need 1 or 2 people sometimes that believe in you and that say yes, do it. Little pit stop here, the turnaround point halfway, discovering a little bit the area here. So as you can see where I live, it's lots of small lakes and like hilly paths, and this is all green obviously, so there's endless green to discover, which is of course amazing. So especially once we have a car again, we can just come here for trail running, because with the bus it's a bit inefficient to get here, it takes a while. So with a car it's gonna be easy again, August most likely. So yeah, really fun, really enjoyable. So much more change of scenery than in my room. It's pretty insane when you think about it. So gonna spin back now. This old trusty one is working like a charm. Really fun. That was great. That was really great. Opa. You always know you're kind of doing something that's relaxing for the mind. If you kind of, if your brain stops thinking, just stops, you know, doing thoughts and just relaxes. So that was like a mini holiday. So really nice to have my road bike back. Really happy. So now a little shake and then we head to the gym, meet my friend. Heading off to the gym now. I'm gonna keep gym for this whole block very light, probably just 2 sets with many things and just 3 to 4 reps, just like neuromuscular, get the tension, and that's it. No strength gains or anything. Main thing, especially for the swim tomorrow, that tomorrow is a key swim in the morning, first session. Tomorrow is a key day anyways. But the swim, you know, I want to make sure that for sure my arms are not in any way, not even 5% restricted. So let's see what we got on the menu for the gym. I mean, most of it is the same. I'm twice a week in the gym. The mobility, core stuff, then for sure the abs, the new one, something for the shoulder, neck, and then the main exercises are, yeah, pull up, that's in the end, but also squats, Roman chair, overhead press, yeah, just all those things. But really main thing, upper body. Main thing I keep in mind now is leave that alone. You know, 2 sets, 3-4 reps, tension, that's it. Because tomorrow I have 10 times 200 meter threshold in the swim, and for me it's important that I hit those times. Alright guys, we are on the bar and nothing wide coming in. I'll just do 50 kilos first and just 3-4 reps, really powerful dynamic from the bottom up. Squats. I will put the things on so it doesn't slip. So squats mainly, I don't think about legs so much. Of course you have the tendon and all this stuff in there. But to be honest, core, low back, spine, health, all those things, activation. It's just very good for you. All right, let's do it. That is too light. I'm going up to 70. Let's just play 70 kg again, just 3-4, but for that you need some tension, right? So yeah, 2 or 3 sets. Legs I can do 3. I got threshold tomorrow on the bike, but those I can grind out anyways. But upper body I leave alone. So right, 50 kg, 3-4. There, 3 is better. You want that dynamic pop. Alright, third set. Gym always have to hold back, because in general it's good to hold back, but I like to lose more weight and all, but that's not the goal at all. So that's good core tension, let's focus. fourth one again, shit. Alright, we're all done. We're just gonna grab some food and then that's it. Tomorrow's a big day, intensity day, so we got 3 sessions again as usual. In the morning is a 5.1k swim, the main set 2 times, 10 times 200 as I said, leaving on 250. It's actually made that it's 4 times zone 4, so aiming for 230 flat for long course, and 1 times zone 3. So it's just to kind of back it down a notch with the goal of that I don't drift into zone 5 or anything, so it's really for sure threshold. So that's the main set, and after that some other stuff. But then easy aerobic run, 5k at lunch, and then in the evening we're hitting the 6 times 15 minutes threshold again in aero position. Goal is 1 to 3 at 330 watts, and then we rip the legs off, hopefully, with rep 4 to 6 at 350 watts. Right, lots of carbs tonight, and then see you guys tomorrow.